So, welcome. This is the fire sign reading, the weekly reading for September 22nd through whatever. I don't know what day this week ends. I apologize for the delay. I had some technical difficulties yesterday, and yeah, this is how life is. So, what are we doing today? Covering, like I said before, due to the deaths in my family in the last 2 weeks. I've had 3 deaths. I'm attending funerals like every Friday for the next couple of Fridays. So I'm going to go ahead and do your weekend in addition to your weekly. So until I'm done mourning and funeraling, then I'll go back to doing the readings every the way that I was doing it. You get a weekend and a weekly. So once I'm done with that, I'll go back to it. So let's start off with Sagittarius. I've been dealing with y'all a lot lately, and I'm noticing something with Sag. I'm noticing that y'all are really acting your true colors in some ways, and in other ways you're not being your authentic self. But we'll get into that if the reading warrants it. Overall energy for the week this week. Ooh, Nancy, you just be calling it. 7 of Swords. Planning. Lying to yourself. Lying to other people. Trying to get out of obligations. We'll see however that rings true for you. I'm recording this from my phone today instead of my MacBook because I definitely forgot to charge my MacBook last night, and that joint was on 2%. And yeah. And I didn't want to wait any longer because I kind of want to take a nap too because I'm kind of tired, but it be what it be. Alright. So, it looks like from what I can see here, you're doing some growing this week. Alright, bottom of the deck, the Magician. What does this mean for you? In some cases, there is manipulation, manifestation. However it rings true for you. Scenario 1, 7 of Swords. Lying to yourself, not being your true, authentic self. What does that mean for you? Well, the end of Libra season was yesterday, so it puts you in the Queen of Swords position, making you kind of cold and distant. You're thinking a lot. So whereas even with the moon being in Cancer, you're not necessarily feeling a lot, but you're thinking a lot. And you have a regression and a progression all in the same week. So today, 6 of Swords, you're probably thinking about, you have 5, 6, 7 all here. Well, you're thinking about things. You're really thinking about how you want to move forward. You might be planning a trip. You might be traveling. Or else your mind is just elsewhere and you're not paying attention to what you need to be paying attention to. That's another big thing for you guys right now. Why? It seems like you have new shiny object syndrome. You see something shiny and you're like, ooh, it's so pretty. And then you totally neglect what you already have. And see, that's not how blessings work. And when you have the opportunity to be blessed with something, you have to still maintain it. But, again, not my life, not my worry. I'm just dragging y'all. So with the 5 of Swords being in the Tuesday position, that's the card of self-sabotage. So you might be working, for scenario 1, you're working the courage up to do something, but you ultimately back out. Why? Y'all just be on that fuck nigga shit. And I don't know why. I mean, fuckboy Roy is in your spread. Fuckboy Roy is sitting right here, seated at the right hand of me. So there's probably, I would say, within the first 3 days, communication, the switch from mutable earth to cardinal air. You're struggling with this because communication is no longer as you know it. Cardinal air means that if you speak it, you get it. Any of the air signs, if you speak something or you think it, because swords are related to the mind and, communication, if you speak it, you see it, you get it. That's how that works. Now, how you move about that, that's up to you. But it looks like your words are cutting, and you have to take back a lot of what you're saying these days, right? Now, moving along to Wednesday, the Tower. What goes up must come down. You already know what I'm talking about. Now, in your case, okay, the wind is trying to blow my shit away. Damn. Anyway, let me fix this a little bit better, because I'm just kind of ghetto out here. All right. Anywho, the Tower card. What does this mean for you? It means a lot of things, actually. The Tower card's telling me that there is a soul shock coming. You just have to be ready. You have to be ready for whatever. There's a soul shock. Okay? Are you prepared? Probably not. Are you ready for the self-destruction to end? Not really. Are you ready to stop sabotaging things that are clearly meant for you? Meh. It's possible. Maybe. I don't know. Well, the blessing is, once you have this realization or this aha moment that you've been the problem all along and there's really no obstacle in your way at this time except for yourself, you have the potential here to turn into fuckboy Roy come Friday, which is okay. Well, actually, not Saturday. By Saturday, you turn into fuckboy Roy. So things are progressing, and I would say they're progressing in a more rapid motion than you thought. And then come Sunday, something's coming back. You have the Tower and the Judgment. What does that mean together? Well, think about when there are cases like medical malpractice and someone dies, but the situation has to be brought back up to be justified. Boom. Justice is being served in this situation. Now, the overall energy for the weekend is the Empress. So if you're focusing on someone who, like a Taurus or a woman, it could be a man too, someone who embodies this energy that is just out of this world, very Venusian, that's what you're feeling. So that's one. Scenario 2. You're manifesting money possibly, or you're trying to elude the scales of justice here. You can't do it. See, you're doing all this planning Sunday through Tuesday, all these swords, you're doing all this planning. Overall, 7 of Swords, you're trying to figure out how to get out of doing something or how to avoid it. You can't avoid this. Something has to break in order to be rebuilt, right? But I don't think you're prepared for the force of the growth occurring here. It has to happen. You can't manipulate this any further, because look, karma's here. Karma's figuring out who deserves what and where we're going to go from here. How you handle that, that's all in your own. That's your own thing, how you handle that. But just know that when the wheel's not even here, but I'm pretty sure the wheel is not too far from these cards. But when the wheel spins, you have to pay what you owe. Here you go, paying what you owe. You thought this was your debt, but actually ended up being this, and you're kind of facing a little bit of a lien. But it is what it is, Sag. This week you really need to work on being true to yourself. Planning, it's not even really planning at this point, or being strategic. You need to be true to yourself. Stop trying to lie to yourself and say that XYZ doesn't affect you or blah, 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 because clearly it does. Whatever this is, it bothers the shit out of you, and it's tearing you apart, all because you're not being honest with yourself. So, since everyone says I drag people, there was your drag. Now, moving right along, we have Leo. Leo, I'm gonna be real with you. Be careful with your ego this week, because you're a little pretentious these days and people aren't exactly happy. And I know you're probably thinking your little feelings are hurt now, but listen, take it from me, another fixed sign. Yes, we are hell-bent in our ways, but sometimes you need to lighten up. Everybody already knows that you stand out. Everyone already knows how important and special you are. We get it. You don't need to constantly remind us, but you also need to remember that you're not the only person on this planet. You're not. But let's see. Main lesson for Leo this week. Learning about yourself. Ace of Wands, taking action, new beginnings, passion, finding your drive again. That's exactly what you're doing. Finding your drive again. So, a lot of you are dealing with some interesting situations, Leo. One more card for your weekend energy. And okay. I like where that's going, and I'll get there. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Swords. Dealing with self-deception again. And I'm not really shocked with this, because I'm noticing people with Sag Leo placements are kind of not being honest with themselves, right? So, Ace of Wands, you're learning about yourself, finding what gives you drive, finding what gives you passion, making the steps forward, taking action, that new spark. Something is sparked within you, right? Well, what is it? What's sparked within you? So, you have a couple people around you, an Aquarius, another fire sign, a couple water signs, with Aquarius, Cancer being the most prominent signs right now, right? And you got one air sign. Cool. You got a couple people around you. You know what they mean to you. I don't have to get into the details, right? The Star. So, Sunday, you're all about being distant. You're working on healing. You're more creative. You're thinking, right? Moving into Monday, which is today, the Fool. So, I think you're oblivious. I'm gonna just let them be rude. Anyway, I feel that with the Fool, my next home will not be across the street from the fire department, I tell you. Anyway, with the Fool and Two of Cups, what does this mean for you? Well, I think you're oblivious to the fact that there is somebody who feels the same exact way as you. Leo, hi, I'm talking to you. Someone is very oblivious to this connection, and it's mainly because Leo is built on ego. I mean, say what you want. You are so afraid of your ego being shattered and being hurt, and it's not that your feelings don't matter, because they do. You matter, just not to the fire department. I'm back. Anyway, you do matter, and your feelings are always going to be validated by this person. However, you're just oblivious to the fact that they have the same overwhelming feelings for you, want the same shit. You know, they want to give this a chance too. But hey, moving right along, it appears here that tomorrow, which would be Tuesday, that connection is highlighted for you. You're probably going to start seeing twos everywhere, signs and synchronicities of the person, and you're going to try your damnedest to ignore it, right? But Wednesday, that shit hits you like a ton of bricks. It's on your mind. You're trying to figure out, after you've been so distant from someone, how can you come back? And this is what this is for you. Not just necessarily self-deception, but it's more so planning and figuring shit out, being strategic. Well, I'll give you this much. This person feels the same way that you feel about them, and the intensity is matched, right? Hence the Ten of Wands and the Ace of Wands being here. The intensity is matched, okay? Just know that all you really have to do is just give them this offer saying, hey, I'm sorry for things in the past, or things have just been XYZ. I want to work this out. Well, take control and you get what you want, right? What are you worried about this weekend? Well, this is what you need to focus on this weekend. Letting go of heartbreak. Okay? You don't have to miss this person anymore. You miss them to the point that it fucking hurts. You don't have to do that anymore. You no longer have to miss this person. But if you don't take the chance and say, I like you and I want you, then what are you going to get? Nothing. But anyway, so if you reach out to this person on Friday, you have the best chance of success, right? And by Saturday, you might be traveling to see this person. They might be traveling to you. Please be careful while driving this weekend, and do not drive drunk, because drunk driving is going to lead to either a death or an injury that you will not be able to overcome. So just be mindful of that. That's just about it for y'all. But really, this week, this is the perfect week for you to really reach out to the person who's been on your mind, because you are lying to yourself by denying your own feelings about a situation. And the thing is, you're so afraid of being rejected that you don't know that you're going to be accepted. And I just want you to take that fucking chance. That's what the Fool card says. Have faith. You are full of faith today, so why not take that leap? Sounds too much like sense, huh? Anyway. Last sign, Aries. Aries, what do I have to say about y'all? Y'all just need to relax. Because you're in a cardinal season. You should be feeling more at home. Just relax on what you want and you're manifesting. Because, fire only needs two things to burn: a combustible and oxygen, and we in an air season, so just be mindful. Aries, what you got going on? All right. 5 of Cups, 2 of Swords. What does this mean? You are feeling a little dejected, a little lost, a little maybe under the weather. You might be dealing with a lot of phlegm, snot, boogers, sinus infections, and you're just trying to kind of keep a clear head and detach from things. But also, you have a lot of heavy emotions. Yeah, you do. Yikes. So, on the bright side, we're only 3 cards in, and Libra season is taking you out of that difficult place you've been in. I can already see that. Usually I don't start reading before all the cards are out, but you're going to be in between a rock and a hard place, at least for a couple of days this week. And you just need to really be prepared to overcome that. Is that a bee? Because yesterday there was a bee on me and it crawled on my neck. I wanted to pet it, but it crawled on my neck and I couldn't handle that stress. One more card for your week spread, and then overall energy for the weekend. Okay. Moving in silence. So, you still feel that things are not going your way, right? 4 of Cups, bottom of the deck. Sunday, hard time with money, financial loss. You could be experiencing a death in your family by today, which is Monday. With these 2 cards, this could be considering a death in your family. But I really see that this is, and I'm sorry if you have that, I really see this as the end of the hard times, because we're coming into a cardinal season. You're not stagnant. You're not dragging your feet like you usually are in the earth sign seasons, because, you know, cardinal, you know, it's about that action, and earth's, you know, all about grounding, and y'all didn't have time for that, right? So at least by Tuesday, you're really feeling this Libra season energy, right? And with that being said, communication is easy for you. Speaking what you want into existence is a major thing, and it looks like you do that. So, Aries, if you have feelings for someone and you speak those feelings between Tuesday and Wednesday, you're getting what you want Thursday and Friday. And Saturday, you could be finding yourself in a whole new love situation. You could be finding that your passions are renewed, because, you know, Venus, at least in Libra season, it's all about the things that we like and make us feel good. Now, for your weekend energy, you have the Knight of Swords and the Moon. What does that mean? Moving in silence, silent communication. You could be talking to someone that you told your friends you wasn't talking to no more. Again, why do you care what they think about you? Do what you gonna do. Message for the fire signs this week. What's the main message for fire signs? Wait on your victory. All right, I will see you guys in your extended readings and whatnot. But thanks again for always tuning in, being loyal, because some of y'all ain't loyal. But hey, I appreciate you. See you next week.